Hello everyone and welcome back to Hutan Pantai. This is the multiplayer co-op with Nordic Farming and we've reached episode number 6. It's good news today because our long grain rice fields are ready to harvest now. We've got the field in front of the farmhouse which is ready to harvest, and then there's 2 fields out the back here which are also ready to harvest as well. So long grain rice uses the grain or thrasher harvester, so we'll be jumping in that first thing today. We've got the truck already there ready to receive the long grain rice in the trailer. I think it's actually the tractor, the Deutz with the dollied trailer, so that's quite handy. I think we'll start with the field that's in front of the farmhouse. Let me just pull out of here so I can park the trailer somewhere suitable and get the header attached. And then we're going to get our long grain rice over to the canning factory where we dropped our standard short grain rice, and we've been making some rice bags and some rice cakes. So yes, we'll be making some more of that but with long grain rice. Oh, I seem to have snagged the drill. But let's grab the header and we can crack on with the harvest. We'll go down the ramp towards field number 1. And I think Nordic and I have agreed that we're just going to freehand it for this because the GPS is a little bit awkward on some of these smaller fields. Right, we can get ready to rock and roll. We'll lower away, get to harvesting and just crouch in here slowly. And we'll go this way, I think. Have to remember there is a berm around the field, so a little bit of a ramp to get up and into the field. Now there's no byproduct from the long grain rice itself, it's just spreading whatever is chopped onto the ground. There's no swath to lay, so yeah, I imagine it will add a fertilization state to the fields, which is quite interesting. We'll check that once we've done with harvesting. Here we go, long grain rice is being harvested. And just got to manoeuvre for the turn at the end here. But we're going to get all these fields nicely harvested, get the long grain rice deposited into the trailer, and we'll see you when we're done. Pulling up to the trailer and we'll see how much long grain rice we have ended up with. And what's interesting is our first field that we harvested was all nice and good, but the subsequent fields have got withering in them, so there's some long grain plants that have gone a grey withered colour, which is very interesting. And I think that's probably because we did not pay too close attention to the watering in the subsequent months. So unfortunately the crop has slightly suffered, but that won't impact our yields too much. It only seems to be very patchy withering, so it has been quite forgiving, but that's maybe because we were on the sort of easier economic and easier game mode. But yes, that is the long grain rice harvest completed. We'll be getting the long grain rice over to the canning factory so we can get some of the stuff underway. Let's drop off our header. There we go. And one interesting thing to note is the field ahead of me now, where we had our spinach last time and we harvested that. That has actually regrown. So what is really nice, and I did not know this, is that spinach just regrows on its own. I imagine you probably have to plough the field, turn the field over once the periodic ploughing is needed, but you probably should be able to get a good 3 crops worth of spinach out once you have drilled it. So yeah, 3 seasons worth of spinach, which is really cool. And yeah, we've obviously seen it come into harvest again because we had to skip a month or 2 ahead for the long grain rice to be ready. So that is very cool. Right, let's get this parked up and we can see how much long grain rice we have got. Quick jog over to the Deutz, and we have got 16,153 litres. Not too bad at all. Right, start her up, get the beacon on, and we will take this over to the canning factory. And then I think what we're going to do is convert this trailer into a flatbed. I think Nordic will probably do the same with the Lizard Dragon, because on the other end we have got some productions that are ready to deliver and sell. The rice bags, the rice cakes, the canned spinach, and that might be it for goods. But yeah, let's just check in with Nordic. Oh, here he goes. Super speedy, nearly running me off the road. Okay, we are back at the canning factory, Kang's Tin Factory. It's quite misty actually this morning, but we will take the cover off and deposit the long grain rice in. There we go. And whilst that is depositing, we will see what we can do with the long grain rice. I think it's very similar to the plain rice. So we can do a rice box for long grain rice, and we can also do rice rolls, not rice cakes, but they do look like rice cakes. We can do rice rolls for long grain rice as well. So in terms of the actual ingredients and recipe, it is 60 long grain rice to make 30 rice rolls, and it is 100 long grain rice to make 45 rice boxes. So that is pretty good. And as you can see here, we have quite the array of productions that have been produced. So let's take a little inspect. We did see some last time. We've got our bagged spinach, and yeah, quite a few pallets of that. We have our canned peas. Of course, there was peas as well. I forgot about the peas. And then I think further down here, yeah, we have our rice bags and the rice cakes, which are here. There we go. Rice rolls. Yes, not rice cakes. I keep getting those confused, but yes. They look like rice cakes from my perspective. So yes, spinach bags, canned peas, rice bags, and rice rolls. So Nordic and I are going to head over to the dealership. We will get our trailers converted to flatbeds, and then we'll be back to do some deliveries. Oh, I'm going down the wrong way. Oh, no! Oh dear, how unfortunate. Payback indeed. Oh, are you right there? Right, we made it back. We had some tomfoolery on the road. Managed to tip Nordic over, which was good fun. Some road rage indeed. Right, let's see if we can get all this loaded. I think we are just going to quickly get this lifted up and put on the back for ease of time. And the best sell point is... So for ease, I think we will be taking our canned peas and rice bags and rice rolls to the restaurant, as that is the place where it seems to be the best price for most of them. And just like that, we are loaded up. So we've got everything fully laden. Nordic's just doing the final strapping down. So we will get on the road and take this to the restaurant. Okay, well, Nordic was giving me a helping hand up the hill, and we've just gone past the deposit station for the restaurant, so I'm going to have to try and reverse this dolly trailer, which will be quite interesting, but I will try my best. Well, that was interesting, but I did see that we had a large amount of money come in, 125,000 odd for the first batch, and then another 4,000 and 2,000, so yeah, pretty good haul. We'll see what Nordic has sold as well. If we look at the finances page for the month, we have made 177,000. Fantastic. So we're now driving onward. This is the hilliest part of Hutan Pantai for sure, and I'm glad we came to visit it because it is quite interesting. Yes, 177,000 from all of that produce. That is pretty good going. Have to take it slow around these hilly bends, that's for sure. Don't want to be going over the edge. Nordic and I are going to go to the dealership. We'll drop off the Deutz, and we're both going to jump in the Lizard Dragon so we can take the flour, which has been producing at the grain mill, to the restaurant as well, I think. Right, we're in with Nordic. We're going to go grab some of our flour and get that sold as well. Made it back to the restaurant, and 25,474 for all of our flour. That is fantastic. Right, it's been a busy partial afternoon of deliveries. Okay, now that we've sold the flour, Nordic is taking us back to the tractor, and we're going to head back to the farm. And that is probably it for today. And probably it for this series as well. It's only been a short stint at Hutan Pantai, but Nordic and I have explored a couple of the new aspects in FS25. We've done the rice farming, rice planting, rice harvesting, both the short grain and the long grain. We've tried some of the new crops, peas and spinach. Still got some other of the new crops to try, i.e. the beans, but I will look to do that separately and subsequently. But yeah, Hutan Pantai has been interesting to explore. There are a couple of things that Nordic and I did look to try and do. There is a temple in Hutan Pantai, there's a whole building site, and you can deliver building materials to that to get it built. But the interesting thing is it does take a lot of building materials to get that set up, and it takes 8 years and 6 or 8 months to build, which is a lot longer than what Nordic and I wish to spend in Hutan Pantai. And after you have built the temple, there are collectibles around the map, which if you collect, they do appear in the temple. But yes, I think we have explored enough of Hutan Pantai, and it has been an interesting mini-series to run. And Nordic and I have some exciting plans for the future and for the new year. And yeah, I guess you could say we've had a nice little holiday in Hutan Pantai after calm lands on FS22. But we will be taking our adventures onward to the next. So that is Nordic Farming and I signing off for this series, but I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe. If you've got any things that you'd like Nordic and I to do in the future, then please let us know in the comments. And as always, check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of this series. Hope to see you again in the next series, and until then, catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.